The SIU women's tennis team is on a roll after their matchup against Edwardsville.
And the NCAA is hoping to change some of their policies after the scandal with the University of North Carolina. Sydney Kessler is here with more in sports.
You're right, guys. I'll have more information on that proposed change and when we should expect it. And some local high schools have an exciting night ahead of them as they battle for the championship. And the SIU men's basketball team is going to be heading to St. Louis this Thursday for Arch Madness. We'll take a look at that matchup when we come back. Don't you go anywhere.
And now the latest scores and highlights from across the River region. This is Evening Edition Sports.
The SIU women's tennis team will be heading into this weekend's tournament with some confidence. The Dogs continued their hot streak, earning a 4-1 victory over Edwardsville yesterday. This brings the women up 5-6 overall record while maintaining an undefeated record at home. The Salukis opened up with strong performances in doubles, clinching wins at the number 1 and number 3 spot. 3 of the 4 singles matched also results in Salukis victories. After an exciting 3 matches in 4 days, the Dogs will take a quick break before their 8-match stretch at home this weekend. The women will be playing a doubleheader on Saturday against SEMO, followed by Lindsey Wilson. Postseason play begins for the Salukis this Thursday when the men's basketball team kicks off the Missouri Valley Conference Championship. SIU built up some momentum going into Arch Madness after defeating Drake this past Saturday. This was the final home and regular game of the season. Earlier this year, we sat down with head coach Barry Hinson to talk about his concerns going into the tournament.
It's really hard to get those guys to really focus because they get kind of caught up in the Arch Madness. So that'll be the biggest challenge with our guys. You know, we'll get started off and they'll have to be like, okay, we're really going to have to focus today, and a little bit more so than what they've done. It'll be an eye-opening experience for them.
SIU will be taking on the Missouri State Bears this Thursday at 6:05 p.m. at the Scott Trade Center in St. Louis. If the Salukis win Thursday, they will play number 1 ranked team in the MVC, Wichita State. That game will begin Friday afternoon at 12. The SIU men's basketball team recently received some encouraging news. Freshman forward Jordan Caroline was named to the Missouri Valley Conference All-Freshman team. Caroline is following a stream of already successful first-year players as the 5th freshman in the past 7 years to make the All-Freshman team. This past season, Caroline grabbed the most rebounds for SIU and averaged the second most points on the team with 9.6. SIU star shooting guard Anthony Bean was the last Saluki to earn a spot on the All-Freshman team. And along with honors Bean earned his freshman year, Bean also was named to the MVC's All-Second team earlier today. This is the first time since Randall Faulkner in the 2007-2008 season that a Saluki landed a spot on the All-Conference team back-to-back seasons. Local men's high school basketball teams will be competing tonight in the 3A regional semifinals. Centralia would take on Olney at 6, then Mount Vernon will face off with Effingham at 7:30. Both of those games will be played at Effingham High School. Carbondale will battle it out tonight when they play at Metropolis at 6, and Murfreesboro will go toe-to-toe with Marion at 7:30. Those 2 games will be played at Metropolis. The winner of each of those games will face off in the regional championship on Friday at 7 in Effingham and Metropolis. The NCAA wants to crack down on academic dishonesty of their student athletes. 20 different university presidents and athletic administrators formed a panel to redefine when the NCAA can investigate schools for academic cheating. According to the chairman of the NCAA Committee of Academics, Ohio University President Rod McDavis said the panel will have a proposed final bill this June. The NCAA hopes to vote on the bill in April of 2016. The group was formed after the scandal with the University of North Carolina's men's basketball team. And while some teams get taken down by illness, the Chicago Bulls have caught the injury bug. The team has lost to Derrick Rose to meniscus tear, Taj Gibson to a sprained ankle, and Paul Gasol has been fighting an illness. And now Jimmy Butler is injured. The leading scorer for the Bulls sprained a ligament in his left elbow in a matchup against the Los Angeles Clippers. Butler was trying to fight through a screen set as the Clippers center DeAndre Jordan, but didn't succeed. Butler is aiming to return before the regular season ends, but he does not want to risk his return and risk injuring himself even more. The Bulls will lean on the reserves in their next matchup against John Wall and the Washington Wizards. The game is set in Chicago and tip-off is at 8.
Well, Sydney, with some of the Bulls' main players gone, how do you think the rest of the season will play out?
I mean, the Bulls already have so many great players, and it stinks that there are so many of these guys that are gone. But Paul Gasol is still there, and we're hoping that, he's going to bring it back. And so many good things are still expected of the Bulls. I just hope that this isn't going to bring them down like everyone else is thinking
They're
it's
still
going
good
to.
enough to win.
Oh, yeah.
I think so. I mean, they still have some really good players. It just stinks that these guys are done.
All right.
Thank you, Sydney.